Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? I hope you find yourselves well and healthy. Wow, I'm super glowy today. I just turned on my candle, so like the smoke is kind of like everywhere from the match. So today's video is actually going to be a tag video. This tag was created by Allie Glines. I will leave her channel linked and the video link down below. I wrote down all the questions and I'm excited to do this tag. Some questions were harder than others, to be honest. But let's go ahead and see what I answered. I hope that you consider subscribing to my channel, and all the makeup that's on me, it's from my stash that I use, that I get out monthly. This is obviously from February's. I will list it down below so you guys know what I have on. I'm trying out a highlight that I put on the chopping block and I don't really like it. It's really glittery. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be decluttering it from my collection. I like how it looks on camera, but I think it's the other one that I put on top. I don't much very like the other one. Super glittery. Anyways, I hope you guys consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope that you are liking the content that I'm creating. If you do, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know, please, if you are liking the videos and or whatever ideas that you guys have, or tags, anything that you would like me to film, or a particular eye look, or you want me to create something. Let me know down anything you want to see from me down below in the comments. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. Have this list here of the questions. Let's go ahead and start. First question is, what is your oldest makeup product in your collection? Well, here she is, and she is saying goodbye to us. This is the Carly Bible Deluxe Edition palette, and honestly, this is such a good palette. I really did use it. Like, I didn't hit pan on a couple of shades. I didn't hit pan on anything, but I did do some work on a whole bunch of them. Like, you can see some dents in there. The highlights in this palette were so amazing. I like that she had such a range, and like they were just so good. I really do wish I could keep this palette in my collection, but I'm decluttering it just because it's just so old. I will have declutter videos coming soon, you guys, but this one, such a goodie. But it's just time to say goodbye, and it kind of hurts. I need to close it before I like, no, keep it. I don't need to keep things that I'm not going to use in my collection in my room. I don't have room for that. I only have so much storage space, so saying goodbye. Actually, now that I think about it, two of the shades that are in here are really similar to the ones that she has with her ABH shadow. Just to let you guys know. Alright, moving on. Second question is going to be, what is your most recent makeup purchase? And that would be the Bare Minerals Original Foundation. And I also bought a palette. So like Ulta had like a 25% off Bare Minerals, so I decided to purchase their kit actually, and I got a couple things in that kit, and then I got a palette. So I'm going to be making a video with that, trying out like a whole bunch of Bare Minerals and giving you guys my thoughts on that. Coming to you pretty soon, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. What is the first makeup product you ever used? That will be the CoverGirl Kohl eyeliner pencil in black. Blackest black or black, I don't remember which one. That's the only thing I used for like a couple years. Just Kohl eyeliner, no eyeshadow, no mascara, just the eyeliner. And now thinking about it, I look like an Egyptian. Literally just lined my eyes with that. That's all I use, and I didn't even like mascara back then when I was using it. And also my mother didn't let me use my mom didn't let me use makeup until I was around 15. And then I would only be able to use that black eyeliner, and I couldn't use foundation. I couldn't use any of those things until I got older. So yeah. I actually wasn't able to use foundation. I didn't use foundation like more on a regular basis until I turned like 18, 19 actually. I'm glad though, because then my skin didn't undergo all that from, you know, all that wear and tear from wearing foundation every day or once or twice a week. I'm very thankful for that now. Okay, number 4. What is the makeup trend that you used to love but now hate? I would say dislike. So, back in the day, back in the early 2000s, I was in middle school. We all had that skinny brow, the little ribbon. Man, that was back when I first did my eyebrows. Actually was able to do my eyebrows, and I went pretty darn skinny, and now I'm thinking back on it, I looked ridiculous. Like I wasn't one of those that had super skinny brows, but definitely over plucked for sure. And looking back on it, I kind of think I looked ridiculous. Can you imagine like super plucked eyebrows and like my black eyeliner? Oh gosh, some things. I have pictures. I don't know where they are, but I have pictures of that. Just, man, yeah. The more you know, though. Okay, number 5. What is a makeup trend that you used to dislike but now you love? I changed the word hate to dislike. And it's not even that I dislike this trend. It was just that, like, I have oily skin, so I didn't think it was possible for me to be able to do this. And I love it now because I found a way to work with my oily skin. So let me explain the trend. Glowy skin, like glass skin, very glowy, very not shimmery, just glowy, radiant skin. And now I can actually figure out a way to work with my skin in order to be able to have that glow without having that oiliness. And I do like it, so I do like it. So if you want to see a video on how I do that, like super glowy makeup, super glowy skin without the oily mess, especially if obviously you have oily skin, let me know down below and I'll be more than happy to film that for you guys, show you what I do and what I've learned to how to work with my skin. All right, number 6. What is your favorite step in your makeup routine? My favorite step, thought about it, I thought it was eyeshadow, to be honest, because I have a lot of eyeshadows, but I also have a lot of blush. Like, I love blush. I think I could go without eyeshadow, but I don't think I could go without blush. I could go without bronzer, I could go without highlight, but I need blush. Blush just adds that finishing touch to me, and I just, man, I pile on that blush like there's no tomorrow. Like, I just go on in there. But I love blush, so yeah. Okay, number 7. What is a makeup product that you can't live without? Ironically, it is now mascara. Like, if I could only like use one product forever, only one makeup product, I would use mascara, because I could pinch my cheeks and they would look blushy, they would look flushed. But mascara, I think, is something that makes you look more put together. I could brush my, you know, my eyebrows up, no big deal, but mascara is something that makes me feel like more put together, a little bit more lively, a little bit more just dressed up, you could say. And my skincare could take care of like the glowiness and all that, but mascara is definitely something that I feel just makes me feel like on my face, and definitely brings all my makeup together when I'm doing like a full face. It's definitely something that pulls the whole look together for me. Okay, so number 8 is what sparked your love for makeup. So my love for makeup didn't start until I was like way older. I wasn't really allowed to wear makeup growing up. Very minimal. The only time I really actually had to do a full face of makeup and fake eyelashes and everything was for school recitals, like dance recitals. That's the only time I got to do a full face of makeup. And then when the day I turned 15 for like, you know, quinceañera. Other than that, through high school, I didn't really wear makeup. I wasn't really allowed to wear makeup, to be honest. Not until like I turned 18, and then I was able to get my own things, and then I was finally gifted the Bare Minerals foundation set, and I think that's what really started it for me, just having that. And from there, like, I bought like a couple things from Physicians Formula, and then, you know, I didn't make that much money. I was working like a minimal wage job, but I bought what I could, and that's what really started it, just having one item of each category. But really just that Bare Minerals foundation, I think that's where it really started. And having that like full face of makeup from dance recitals, and how different I looked, I really like that. But definitely I would say the Bare Minerals foundation, that is like one of my favorite things. And now like having it, I'll do my full thoughts on that video on Bare Mineral foundation. So let's move on to number 9. What is the worst makeup you've ever done? Ironically, it's every time I do my makeup for my birthday. Every single time it comes out so terrible, because I'm trying to do this complicated eye look, and then I don't have the time to do like my everything else like I wanted to do, like my complexion, everything else. I wouldn't say it's like the absolute worst, but it's not great. And especially considering that's for my birthday, you would think I would take my time and, you know, really do it nice, pretty, even if it was simple, but just make sure it looked really good. But just, I'm always rushing on my birthday. Like when I've had birthday parties, birthday dinners, I'm always rushing, always leaving like just things to the last minute. Like I have it planned, but then, you know, things go awry. And yeah, so definitely any look for my birthday party so far have been the worst. Considering how I've done my makeup, even for today, it would probably be better than I've done for my makeup for my birthdays. Okay, number 10. What is your favorite makeup look you've ever done? It's actually not even been on me. Like I've had a couple that I absolutely love. Like I think last week I used the Going Coconuts palette and I had this beautiful like bronzy look with the Corky Super Shock. Oh my gosh, just the way that Going Coconuts palette blended, it just, I just want to recreate it right now. Like take this off and recreate it. Maybe I'll do that for a video, but that was such a good, like, oh, such a good makeup look. And then the other one that I really liked was the one that I did for a with the It's Freaking Bad's palette with the makeup look. I'll link that video up here so you guys can see the look that I'm talking about. I really like that. Kind of reignited my love for color. That palette, oh, that look was so good though. But my favorite, absolute favorite look I've done, it's not even been on me, it's been on my mom, and I'll link that video up here too. And it was the video that we did for Mother's Day. I did like a watercolor on her. It's the first time I've ever done like kind of watercolory, just mixing the colors, making it very soft, very ethereal, just kind of like that. I feel like washes of color but still there. I loved that look that I did on her. I think that's definitely my favorite look I've ever done, like makeup wise. I love that look, and I never went back and recreated it on myself, so I might go back and watch that video and then try to recreate it on myself. So yeah, that one. My favorite drugstore makeup product was really hard to choose, you guys, but I came up with this one just because I feel like it kind of gives me what I've been looking for a really long time, and it's just a product that I can use for every day, or I can use it to, you know, more, not, I wouldn't say super glam looks, but I would use this for a quick little family party. Not that we're having those nowadays, but this is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. As you can see, it's kind of messy because it's well loved, and I was actually making a dent on it pretty a while back. I kind of have made a dent on it. Not looking at it, it doesn't look like it, but I have. I just love it. Honestly, this is like such an easy product to use, and it was something I've been looking for such a long time, and that finally filled the void in my collection that I was looking for. And I just love how it's very light coverage, but it still gives you some hydrating qualities to your skin, so it doesn't look like dried out. And I just, for every day, especially during the summers when I use this the absolute most, I love it. I just throw this on, throw some bronzer on, and some blush. I rather blush on than bronzer over this, especially if it's just a quick look out the door, need to run errands. Yes, definitely love it. But honestly, sometimes when I'm running errands, I don't have time to even put makeup on, just out the door. Okay, what is my favorite Splurge makeup product? That would honestly be this one right here by Tatcha, and this is the liquid silk canvas. Honestly, the reason that I love this is, even I've never worn it just without makeup, but once I put this on, the way my skin looks, even when I do, my skin is looking great, and I've done all my skincare, it just brings my skin to another level. And it just does something to my skin that the original potted one does not. And then when you put foundation over this, oh my gosh, it just makes like such a magical combination. It's probably honestly one of my favorite primers in my entire collection. And yes, it's very expensive, and luckily there's a mini now. If there had been a mini back when this first came out, I would have definitely bought the mini, but I have this, so this is definitely a repurchase for me eventually when I run out of it. But definitely, this is definitely worth it. I thought about putting some eyeshadows on there or like foundations, but I think this was definitely worth it most of all. Just the way it just does something to my skin. I just love Tatcha as a brand. I really enjoy Tatcha as a brand. Very expensive. Super worth it though. What is your most repurchased makeup product? So I would say out of everything that I've at least purchased, I mean, obviously I've not repurchased a palette and probably never going to repurchase a palette, but the thing that I repurchased the most are two things. Foundation, well, two foundations, but the one that I purchased just once more is the Bare Minerals original foundation. I repurchased that probably three or four times now. And the reason I haven't repurchased more is because I just stopped using it a couple years ago and then I just didn't repurchase it. And then it lasts you an eternity. I was gonna say forever, but eternity and forever is the absolute same thing. It literally lasts forever. Like, it doesn't go bad. The texture doesn't change because I'm a little ashamed to say it, but I think I had one of those for like 5, maybe 6 years before I decided to, like, okay, fine, I need to get rid of it because I wasn't able to finish it. I was like, it's time to let go. But I definitely repurchased that like 4 or 5 times. Well, 4 or 5 times now. I don't remember before like 2017 how many times I repurchased it, but after that I repurchased it like once. I had the matte, the original, I think, and I just repurchased it maybe 4 times. I think I repurchased it now, thinking on it. So yeah, definitely Bare Minerals is my most foundation. Original powder foundation is my most repurchased one. That was a lot. Number 14. What is my earliest makeup memory? So like I said, I wasn't really allowed to wear makeup growing up or even like play with my mom's makeup. I wasn't allowed that. So probably one of my earliest makeup memories is like, actually I have 2 now that come to mind. The earliest one was definitely when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I remember being in church of all places and seeing these girls, like probably teenage girls, but you know, back in the 90s it was like the era of cholas, you know, like gangbangers. So, you know, they would have the super dark outline lips and then the, you know, filled in lips with like a little bit of a lighter lipstick, or, you know, like super, you know, I'll insert a picture here so you guys know what I'm talking about. I remember looking at them like, wow, they look so pretty, and I wish I'm gonna do that when I grow up. And I think that's what really sparked like the vampiness that I love for lips, especially in the fall. Like, that's definitely when I wear the most vampy lips, the fall and the winter. I just love a deep vampy look. I love those unique colors. Just the deep burgundy, black cherry colors. Those are my colors, and I think that's where it started. And then another memory actually that I have is like, again, I didn't really play with makeup. The only one that kind of let me play with her makeup was my aunt, my madrina, my godmother. She was the one that would let me play with her, like, kind of eyeshadows, just a little bit. Like, I would be able to swatch them on here. And I remember we would go to like the beauty supply stores, and they would have like those like big palettes with like 100 different eyeshadows that didn't even like blend well or like were pigmented or anything, but you had like 100 different eyeshadows and you had 100 different colors. And I remember just like going with her to choose a new one and like just looking at them and then going home and like swatching them and, you know, playing that way. That was the only time I was allowed that. So yeah, those were my like most segmented, most impacted, those are definitely my most standout makeup memories, you could say. Okay, what is my favorite place to shop for makeup? Ulta. I love everywhere, to be honest, but definitely Ulta, because you get a little bit of like high-end, and then you get a little bit of drugstore, and you can like mix and match depending on your price point, or you can just look around and you just have a little bit of everything there. I really enjoy that. Okay, what is the most underrated makeup product you own? I actually have 2. Let me pull them out. Most underrated makeup products I have in my collection are going to be this Flower Beauty Day Glow Highlighting Glaze. Honestly, no one talks about this, how pretty it looks on your skin, and it just gives you a glow from within, and it does dry down. It's like a cream highlighter, but it's so beautiful, and then you can build it up and it's such a beautiful formula, and it's just pure glow. There's no shimmer, nothing, but it's so beautiful. And the color is not like not like transparent. It kind of has a little bit of champagne-y glow, and there's 2 colors that she has on the website, and that's the only place you can get it now is on her website. But honestly, if you like a glowy look, or you just want to add a little something without too much, but you like more creams, especially if you're dry skin, I'm oily, I can make it work. Honestly, I love this. And then the other thing too is that I hear no one talking about the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-hour hydrating foundation. This actually, I went into Ulta, and an Ulta makeup artist recommended it to me, and oh my gosh, instead of the Too Faced, what was it, Too Faced Born This Way foundation, I think she said that was going to be too much for my oily skin, that I would like this better. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I was able to have her help me that day and recommend this, because this is the second one I've purchased of this, and I would definitely continue to repurchase this, and I hope they never discontinue, because this is such a good foundation. Such a good foundation, and so easily to work with. Like, you can have a light coverage or full coverage, and it's really, really, really beautiful. Really beautiful foundation. Okay, next question is going to be number 17. What is the most overrated makeup product you own? I actually have 2 again. The first one is going to be Modern Renaissance ABH palette, and I like it. Is it my favorite ABH palette? No. It's really pretty. I really do enjoy the ABH formula, but when I first got it and I started playing with it, it felt really underwhelming. My mom really enjoyed it though, but I just feel like I don't get the love vibes when I see this. Like, I really do enjoy the formula. I enjoy the looks that I've created from this, and I really do enjoy using it in the spring. And the time is when I most like using it, but it's not like other palettes where I'm like, with other palettes I just get that gleefulness, that giddiness, and I don't feel it with that. I'm just kind of like, it's good, it's there, I'm not gonna get rid of it. I like it enough. Maybe one day I'll declutter it, but this year is not the year. Maybe not, I don't know. The other product is going to be the Jouer Molten Glow highlighter, and I got this on recommendation of Taylor Wen, and I like it. I don't love it. Maybe because of the color. I feel like it's super goldy, and I don't really like super gold highlights, but on the skin it doesn't look like, once it's on my face, it's not as gold as this. And I do enjoy the formula. I just think it's the color that I'm not a super fan of. It looks super gold in the pan. The packaging is beautiful, but I just like more champagne-y highlights, or more like a little bit more champagne with a touch of gold, more pinky highlights. Those are where it's at for me, but yeah, it's okay. I do love the formula though. The formula is really, really good. So if you like gold, highlights, this formula, you're gonna love it. But just letting you guys know. Okay, what is a discontinued makeup product you wish would come back? The Naked palette from Urban Decay. I was answering another question and it just kind of went from there, because I didn't know what my answer was going to be from this, and then as I was answering that, I was like, it would be the Naked palette. Like, they have all the shades as singles, and it would be too expensive to put them together, and they're just in their little pots and stuff. But like, why did they have to discontinue such a great and amazing palette? Or like, if when they reloaded it, they should have made some of those shimmers into mattes, and that would have been a true reload, not a copy of the freaking sultry palette. Just saying. It doesn't appeal to me. I look at it and I'm like, you do no justice to the original Naked palette. Like, zero justice. I know that I'm not the only one that, like, honestly, that was my first high-end palette. That was my first actual palette that had like beautiful pigment, beautiful colors, a beautiful color story. It was just chef's kiss for me, and I miss that palette like no other. I really truly miss that palette. Like, I panned a couple of I panned one shadow, and then another while I was getting ready to pan it, and I was like, I need this in a single ASAP, and I actually have it in Sin, and then just the others like half baked. Oh, I miss that palette so much. If it ever came back, I would run, not walk, run to get it. Even if some of the darker shimmers came back as matte, I would be totally happy with that. But I just I miss it. Gosh, I miss it. Alright, moving on before I start crying. Where do you go for makeup inspiration? I usually go to Pinterest if I'm looking for a particular eye look or anything like that, or I'm just like looking for eyeshadow combinations. I usually go to Pinterest, or I look at makeup artist YouTube. I love Hong Bang-go. Celine's makeup artist. I love his YouTube. Patrick Ta is another makeup artist that I absolutely love looking at them. Natasha Denona. I love her Instagram looks. I mean, her looks, they're so beautiful. I love the way she just works, the way they all work just so easily, so beautifully, just the way they handle their tools, their brushes, oh, their mannerisms. I'm in love with that. Another one that I really love to follow is Katie, oh my gosh, I'm going to completely like butcher her name. Jane Hughes, Katie Jane Hughes, I believe her name is. Let me double check, hold on. While I'm checking, I love also Linda Hallberg. Oh my gosh, Linda, I have saved so many Linda Hallberg looks. Like, I have a saved page. I have like glowy skin looks, very natural but still very glam. I love that. So yeah, those are where I go to for makeup inspiration, and for like definitely like super awesome looks, Linda Hallberg, she's so good. And Natasha Denona, oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, moving on. Number 20, what do you hope to see less of in makeup's future? Less releases, please. I miss the times when I would be so excited for like an ABH release. That was back, I think the last time that happened was the Riviera palette, which was 2019, 2018? I don't remember. Like, that's, I think the middle of 2018 when it stopped being so like, oh my gosh, what are they coming out with? Oh my gosh, gotta get it. You know, like, you had that collective mentality, but you didn't have 5 palettes coming out in 1 year. You had like 2. And like a couple little things have trickled here and there. I love ColourPop. I love brands like that are more affordable. You can, but like, I wish their releases were just more thought out, where instead of having like I felt like ColourPop's, even as much as I love ColourPop, I feel like their releases are just too much. And like, even like NARS has too many releases, and I don't follow NARS like that, and I just get confused by the releases too. NARS has a lot of releases. It's just too much, and I feel like you don't get to enjoy even like looking at it through the page when you already have the next thing going on. It's like, slow down. Especially considering how many brands there are. I understand that there has to be like competition, that's the whole point, but I think if there were more well thought out releases, then people would be more excited. And I mean, I don't know, that's what I feel. Number 21, what do you hope to see more of in makeup's future? More thought out releases. Definitely think that would really make a change, especially have so much waste. Continuously releasing products is just too much consumerism. You don't really think about all that waste, all that production. Is just like too much, man. It's overwhelming. And another thing that I would love to see more in makeup's future is like more inclusion from like especially major brands, like all brands, but definitely major brands that I feel like they just plaster someone's like model face, and they don't really think about, I don't think there's any thought behind that. They don't think about like ageism, sexism, genderism, like all the isms. And it's just, I know it's a lot to think about. It can kind of be overwhelming, but if you have less releases, you will have more thought out campaigns and more thought out releases that have more inclusivity as far as skin tones, as far as undertones, as far as the campaign goes. Like I said, it would just be more thought out and definitely more inclusive of so many things, and just people would have better reactions, I think, to certain things if, you know, brands did that. Especially, like I said, the major brands, because like they have the money to do that. I could understand like the indie brands don't have the money to do major campaigns, but the big brands, they have money. They can do these campaigns and spend less money on releases and more on the campaigns, like, you know, including more different influencers if that's what the direction that they want to go in. I don't know, that's what my thoughts are on that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to make it as quick as possible and try not to talk too much. Like I said, I'll try to link down the makeup down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.